everyone, thanks so much for coming back to my channel. This is Tina with Tina's Craft Creations. I'm on today with a quick little project share. So last week my friend Sylvia and I did a like a crafty session together via video call, and we were both working on some Halloween crafting, and I just wanted to show you guys what I made. I did already put my collection away just because I'm in the process of organizing and things, but I will be trying to do some more Halloween crafting in the very near future, but I just want to show you guys what I made. Now, I did use these little 2x2 pockets that I got from Ollie's. These DCWV, oh no, this isn't the right one. These ones. These are the, yeah, 2x2, maybe that was the right thing. These 2x2 little pocket inserts, photo inserts from DCWV. I got a bunch of these at Ollie's, and in fact my friend Laura over at Laura Plans and Crafts, she found some more for me because I loved how this turned out and I want to have more for future projects. So I made a little like flip book essentially, using the little insert, the little 2x2, and then also some regular larger pocket inserts. I cut them down to the same size as this, and then I sewed them and made them into shakers. So what I did on each of these is I took two sides and turned them into shakers using either clay bits that I had gotten from like Ali or Timu, or some of my sequins. I took paper from the collection. I'm working with the spooky, what is it called? Spooky Things? Or whatever it's called, the new Simple Stories collection. And then I made some little paper ruffles, used some of the rosettes from Lori. I used Dollar Tree stickers, the little chipboard and foam stickers from Dollar Tree this year, and also chipboard from the collection stickers, things like that. So I just sewed with this like lime green stitching to create the little shakers. I love how these turned out. I used some washi on the side of each one, and then I did obviously use black binder rings and orange and black seam binding. So this is the first one. This is the second one. Again, I used some of those foam stickers from Dollar Tree, and they totally go with this collection. Super cute. They are pretty simple. And then this is one of the larger ones. Now this was a larger pocket page that I cut down to the same size as these 2x2s, and just added a bunch of sequins in from my sequin release. And used a different black and white washi on this one, and then a rosette from Lori, and then obviously again some more foam stickers from Dollar Tree, and then some elements from the collection itself. And use that same lime green stitching. There's another one, and again I used another ruffle, some chipboard, ephemera pieces, things like that. These are pretty simple, just because she and I were chatting and things like that. And I also kind of hit a wall, and I'm going to kind of go over that with. This is something that I've been struggling with, especially with Simple Stories collections over the last few years, is I feel like I'll be excited about a collection, and then I'll get it, and then this is a felt sticker from Dollar General, along with chipboard and ephemera. So again, that's one of my sequins from my Halloween sequin release. Here's some more of these ones. I just love how these turned out, but they are very simple because I was kind of hitting a wall. So the one thing I struggle with in regards to these Simple Stories collections is I feel, and I also use some of this washi, this like zigzag washi from Ollie's. And if you guys do buy this, just be aware that it is very hard to peel the backing off of this. It took me forever to like peel off the backing to just cut like a little piece to use on this little page here. So that is the little album. And then I used a little Tina's Craft Creations with the little kitty cat sticker. My friend Laura over at Laura V Crafty had gifted me a bunch of these a couple years ago, and I'm almost out of them. I'm gonna have to ask her to make me more, but they're so cute. But yeah, so the issue I have with the Simple Stories collections is, so you guys know vintage is not really my thing. Like, I struggle with vintage collections, and I kind of feel like this collection has a mix of whimsy and vintage, and I think that I was kind of struggling with that because of the vintage elements. I don't know why, but in my brain, I just struggle so much with like mixing vintage and whimsical together. And I was like, this just doesn't feel like easy. It doesn't flow easily for me, like whenever I'm creating with those types of collections. And I'm not loving the collection. Like, I think some of the elements of the collection are super cute. I do like the colors, and I think that, you know, I might keep some of the paper to use with the Paige Evans collection, but some of it I'm definitely struggling with, and I ended up just putting it away right after she and I were done. In fact, she and I were talking about it, and I was like, I'm feeling like I'm hitting a wall, because I just feel like I don't know what it is about their collections anymore. I'm just really having a hard time working with simple stories. So I'm hoping that if I pull it out again and I'm not like obviously on a conversation with someone, I'm not chatting, I'm just kind of just focusing fully on my crafting, maybe it'll be a little easier, but I doubt it. I'm seriously doubting how easy I'm going to have like that creative juices flowing type of thing with this collection. Just because I just felt like there was just too much vintage and not enough whimsical, and it was just clashing in my brain. Again, this is totally my brain. I'm sure a lot of people are going to make beautiful things with this collection, but I just have been really struggling with simple stories over the last couple of years, and that's why I'm not really buying them anymore. I mean, I really like this one because I was like, oh, I can mix it with Paige Evans collection. I can mix it with that Spooky Nights collection from a couple years ago. And now I'm not really sure how much of it I can mix with those two. So I might just pull out elements that I know will mix, like some of the papers and things. And I'm not sure what I'll do with the rest of the collection. I have a feeling it'll probably end up in a D-stash, which is unfortunate because obviously this is money that I've spent. And, you know, I'm not feeling very creative with it. So, I mean, I do like how this little album turned out. I love the use of these 2x2 pockets, and I'm looking forward to making some little like flip books or embellishment books or something with these for future projects with like Maggie Holmes or crepe paper or whatever. But I don't know. I was just really struggling, and it's so hard whenever you're like really wanting to be creative um and it just doesn't happen, you know, and I hate that so much. Like, it's just such a crappy feeling. Like, you want to be creative because, I mean, it's been over a month since I've crafted. Like, I haven't crafted since I had my Maggie Holmes garden party and parasol collections out. That's been like well over a month, like probably coming up on like 2 months at this point. And I just feel like in such a slump, and that really sucks. And I was really like looking forward to doing a crafty session with Sylvia, and I do like I said, I like how this turned out, but it's very simple because I just couldn't get that like cohesion together in my brain. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do with this collection. I don't know if I'm going to end up keeping it or if I'll like let it go. I mean, I'm so glad I didn't buy more of it than I did. And I think I'm learning now over time, like, don't buy a lot of simple stories because you might have trouble like creating with it. So I bought a little bit of it, but I didn't buy like a ton like I used to do. And anyways, this is my project share, a little chit chat about simple stories, just my struggles. Again, this is totally my struggles with their collections. And I just kind of feel like I'm in a slump, especially when it comes to simple stories collections. But anyways, that's all I really wanted to talk about and show you guys today. If there's anyone that has any questions, please let me know. If you've not already, I'd greatly appreciate if you would consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, everyone.